into a hostile environment. These fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Raleigh, North Carolina, Carter Finley Stadium, and home to the NC State Wolfpack. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Texas A&M Aggies, taking on the NC State Wolfpack. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. NC State will kick off, and that'll get things underway. Bringing it out. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. The Aggies offense will have the football first. And Jesse, this is going to be a fun test. This receiver, if you leave him in man coverage, you might be in for some trouble.
And so when you get him in the one-on-ones, you got to throw his way. He's a really good route runner. He can catch the football. And then when the defense decides to double cover and take him away, that's when you go somewhere else with the football or you run it. The balance in this offense, based on how they play him, I think is big today.
Yeah, and that's what you've got to do as a defense. Sometimes you double team him, sometimes you play zone, mix it up, give different looks, because he is a guy. He's shown the ability to burn your defense and make big plays.
They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. Handoff from the gun. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Leaves it with the running back. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, second and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's third down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
The Aggies have their offense in high gear. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. Feels as if the whole city of Raleigh is trying to help out the Pack on third down. This is a design run. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. So the NC State Wolfpack comes out, and they'll have the ball for the first time. They got an incredibly efficient performance from this guy last time out. Now, Jesse, it's about making that a consistent thing.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing watching that tape back from his last game was the ball never touched the ground, David. It was amazing. And it wasn't that he was so accurate throwing the ball deep down the field. It's just that the ball was always going to the open guy. He did a really good job checking it down, taking the profit when it wasn't open downfield. That kept the offense on schedule. That's really important for this offense today.
And when you're watching it as a defensive player and coming this football game, man, you know this is going to be a challenge. I better get pressure on this guy. If I let him feel comfortable, you'll see another day like last week. I mean, that dude was accurate. Almost every ball was caught. They were in rhythm. They're going to have to find some creative ways to get him off his spots and make him feel uncomfortable.
Well, it's not quite the start this offense wanted to have on third down. It's their first opportunity. That one falls incomplete. They're going to have to be better on those critical downs as this game goes on.
The kick is on its way. He'll field the punt. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
From the shotgun, they'll run it. They don't get nearly enough on third down. Fourth down coming from the 48. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. Can't make the connection, and the defense gets a fourth down stop. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Back to pass, it's Bailey. He finds a dead spot in the middle. Oh, he's got some space. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29. First down for this offense. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. NC State might think about going for a big one on second and short. To the ground with the back. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
You just need more from your offensive line. Second and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop, and now you set up third down, and this offensive line's going to have to play a lot better here.
Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. They'll line up for the field goal try as we start the second quarter. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. They picked the spot. It's going to be about a 37-yard attempt. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. So now on comes the field goal unit. They picked the spot. It's going to be about a 37-yard attempt. Right down the boulevard. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Interesting showdown in the MAC today, man. Take a look at how things are playing out. Wake Forest is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This program has picked itself up before, and it's capable of it again today. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Northern Illinois. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this meeting in the MAC.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. So now it's second and long. Wants to go up top. Bring in the heat. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back into 16. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. Second time today they've been forced to punt. Fair catch is brought in at the 43, and they are set up nicely. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. First step of this drive comes from their own 44. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play call.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Wants to throw. It's Bailey. There's the pressure. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
Under fire. Turns it loose. Makes the catch on the right side. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
That changes the sequence, doesn't it? Like, you think 1st and goal, maybe I can pound this several times, and now you get the loss. Now you got to rethink things a little bit. Do I want to throw the football now? Do I feel comfortable even running the ball? So that was a big stop for this defense on 1st down.
And we're seeing a bit of the bend-don't-break attitude by the defense now. Obviously, they've given up some plays to allow the offense to get down in the situation. But with their backs against the wall, this is the best we've seen this defense play. They're having none of this running game down on the goal line.
Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And they make the stop, and this offense has it inside the 5, and they are threatening. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. The lead now 6 here in the 2nd.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Wolfpack!
How oftentimes can you say that there is a safety who's the most dangerous guy on the field with the ball in his hands? Did you see that guy and his ability in the open field once he picked it off? There was nobody on offense even coming close to getting that guy down. What a athlete.
And they did tack on the extra point. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Texas A&M offense goes back to work. They really need to find a way to generate some offense here, having fallen behind 13-zip. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. The give from the gun. And he's got enough for the 1st down. They'll mark it at the 34. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete, and there's a penalty flag down, and no big secret why. That receiver was being mauled by the defender.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Pressure coming. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. Oh, they're after him. And he'll just get rid of that one.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. They're snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Quickly to the tight end. He's into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 47.
And you see tight end matchups all over the field all the time. Now, it used to just be in the red zone. Now, you just find the big fellow, you put him in the slot, try to give him the ball as much as possible because you know he can make big plays.
Quarterback making adjustments. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Makes the catch. It's Wilson. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. And the Aggies will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. He's going to take off. The freshman called his own number and kept this drive moving.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there, threw the interception. This possession, it's not there.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for 2nd down. Looking to fire. He'll take a shot. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. From the gun, running back on the move. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run it from the gun. They ripped off 7 on that one. Now a 3rd down and 3. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. NC State comes to the line to deal with 3rd and short. Looking to pass. It's Bailey. Just a short pass to the tight end. Gets it to the 37. Clock stops to move the chains.
It's not a great feeling on defense, too. When you're blitzing, you're expecting to get a sack. You're expecting to get a hit on the quarterback. If the offensive line and running backs pick it up, because now you have one less guy in the back end trying to cover all these receivers and tight ends, and you know you're in trouble.
The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. The defense calls the timeout. They're 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. They'll run play action, and it's incomplete on 3rd down.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense has just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage helping out on that receiver.
And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. He slings it deep to the left. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
Well, the offense is doing their best to try and at least get into field goal range here at the end of the first half. So they take a vertical shot down the field, but give the defense credit.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, one of the best environments in the game, and Raleigh has given us a fun first half. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Keeping it on the ground to open the second half. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to...
There he goes! They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He'll keep it himself. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
Nice job there by the QB on the zone read, because he's watching the D lineman, and he knows he has to keep the football, and then he right away takes it upfield to get some positive yards.
Complete to the left. Off and running. Touchdown, North Carolina State. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. No mid-season doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
The quick out. He's into the end zone for the 2 and extends the lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. They'll start this drive going to the air. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
And you see this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Catch in the middle, it's Wilson. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The Aggies racing to the line in the hurry-up.
Really good job there on the pitch and catch. You think about Texas A&M and their ability to recruit receivers in recent years. It's been about as good as anybody, I think. You think about names like Mike Evans, Christian Kirk. They're getting guys not just in the state of Texas, but nationally that want to come to College Station, and they want to catch passes in this offense. They knows they gives them a chance to play on Sundays, and this guy, I think, is going to be one of those guys that we're seeing playing in the league.
And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection. Backed up now, here's second and long. Back to pass. Shoots it to the left. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds. They were really starting to put a drive together. And after a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it. This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move, it's 1st and 10. Wants to throw it. He's got it. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Intercepted, and now he's up to 14. A dangerous cover man and a dangerous return man after the pick as he gets it all the way to the 44-yard line. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing. They've done what they wanted in the first half and starting off the second half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
Here comes the heat. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
And I love playing man coverage on the back end, getting in those receivers' faces. Don't let them feel comfortable and run zone where they can find all these holes in the zone and my rush can't get home. Pressure them, pressure them.
He hurls one deep down the left side. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. Looks as if NC State will have to punt it away. They'll look to pin them deep. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Wants to throw on first down. He's going for a big play downfield. Snags it down the right side. Finds some room. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Aggies.
Well, as a defense, you know you're going to see the go route, especially against this guy. He does it to defenses, it seems, every single week, and so they're not able to get back deep enough. They get run by, he makes the catch, and then runs it into the end zone. They're going to have to change up their coverage and get some safety help up over the top because this guy's speed is a problem.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A lot of interest in this Pac-12 showdown today, so let's catch you up to speed on things. Pitt is delivering an offensive masterpiece so far. They've got to be loving this in the Steel City.
North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Their lead down to 2 touchdowns as they go back to work on this drive. They'll run it from the gun. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now, it's tough sledding on the ground.
Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
The Wolfpack with lots of ground to cover on 3rd down. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you could tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that route.
That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. They'll open this drive from their own 42-yard line. To the air on first down. Fires to the wideout. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
And watching this offense the past couple weeks, man, everything's hard. And they got to find a way to get some easier routes, some quicker throws, some higher percentage things because they're just not hitting at a high clip, and they got to find a way to make things easier and alleviate some pressure off their quarterback.
We've reached the end of the quarter, and NC State has the edge. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. Quarterback may change this route. Looking downfield on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Norman. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. Texas A&M going quickly.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
He works his way to the 23 before he goes out of bounds. And the Aggies with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Going up top again. Good timing on the quick out. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Texas A&M back to work with another first down. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Trying to find the end zone. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Looking to get it in. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Aggies.
That's number 2 on the day, having a day. I mean, you know he's going to catch the football, and you know he's going to make plays after he catches. Those are the kind of guys that you feature, and you find them, and they produce like this, you keep finding them.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their...
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
He's got it on the right. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Back to throw, it's Bailey. Pulls it in, it's Anderson. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. The RPO, fire complete to the left. Tried to hit him with a quick game on first down, and nothing doing there. They're dealing with a second and long. Looking to fire. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
Well, this offensive line has got to do a better job. They've now given up way too many sacks. This poor quarterback is running for his life. They've got to shore up and do a better job on the offensive line.
What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be fourth down. The Wolfpack will line up to punt it away. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they mark it. First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Offense changing the play. Wants to go up top on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man. And he's brought down after a nice game.
Man, this is really good complimentary football so far. Like, you're down in the fourth quarter. Your defense has to get a stop. They get it, and I love the first play. We continue the momentum. Nice play on first down. Got to put this drive together. Got to get some points.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Takes a hit as he fires. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
Well, this defense is going to need a few plays now to get some of this momentum back. Remember, they had a massive lead earlier in the game, but that's dwindled now. You wonder if they were just sleepwalking a little bit. They've got to step up now and play with some urgency.
Another incompletion on third down.
I know they've got all their timeouts left, but it feels like this is the ball game right here. Fourth down, the quarterback's got to do something special, knowing that they need a touchdown here to win.
On fourth down, going to the air. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And after that negative play on offense with the lead late in the game, I think there's still ways that you can be creative and run the football, but not be so obvious. So zone read type plays, fake dives, and pick.
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. And the offense gets the ball back. How lucky are they? 5 points of pressure, high and tight. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. NC State has to come up with a big play on third and long. Draw play, quarterback keeps it. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. NC State to bring the punt team onto the field. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away. They've got to push the ball down the field. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. Tosses it incomplete.
This defense right now is not only fighting an offense with a lot of confidence, but they're fighting against momentum too. Remember, they had a big lead earlier in this game. Now it's been reduced to just one possession, so they've got to make some big plays here on pass defense. They've got to be able to come.
And this is a big third down for this offense, man. I'm really interested to see how they attack, because this defense, you can tell, man, they're going to continue to play aggressive. Late in the football game, they want to get a stop, get the ball back to their offense. A good chess match going on right now.
Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the first down. They'll try to get it off quickly. Looking to throw on first down. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much. Oh, they dial up on second, and a long way to go.
And this D's had some good moments today. And they've had a lead, and they've let that lead shrink a little bit now in a big-time moment. Can they step up? Can they make the plays to get the ball back to their offense? They've had a pretty good day, but now it's closing time.
They're going to go to the air on 30 short. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. Offense uses a timeout. 17 seconds left on the clock. It's a one-scored game late, and they've got to go for it on fourth down. Quarterback making checks. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to convert on fourth down, but couldn't do it. And the quarterback takes the snap and kneels down. A hostile environment.